Hi ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Craig Fayok of Woodworld, Texas, based in Dallas, and he and I have worked together and brought out a new range of Jimmy Clewes embellishing products. We have three different ranges at the moment, and there's a new one, a new range coming out very, in fact by the time you see this, it'll be out. And so basically what we want to do is get together and explain to you about the products. Craig's going to explain a bit about them, and a little bit later on show you how to use them, you know, how to maybe scorch the wood, and I'll make a little project for you, something interesting basically, so you can see how they work. So anyway, look, Craig, what have we got in front of us? What have you... Craig's actually the distributor of these products as well, just to let you know that. So, Craig, what have we got in front of us?
We've got several different lines of your embellishing products for different applications. The first one I guess we can start with will be the cream fillers. A lot of people in the past have called them gilt creams. We chose the term cream filler because they're not all gilt, they're not all a metallic color.
With solid colors.
Yes, and we've got a lot of different colors that traditionally weren't used in gilt creams. We have over 24 colors available right now. Some of them are solid, some of them are metallic.
Actually, that one is neon.
Yeah, we do have
so you've
several
got,
neon colors.
Some nice bright colors as well. Yeah.
So you have a wide range of options on embellishing your products and give you a very unique look that we don't feel has been on the market before.
Excellent, excellent. So what are these?
These are what we call synthetic sand. It's a void filler for cracks and voids in different products, and we call it synthetic sand because it is synthetic. It's a non-silica based product that works easily with either super glue or epoxies, and has lots and lots of applications.
Wow, it's a neat range of colours there. So now, can you mix these? Could you mix the two greens to give you another type of green?
Sure.
Right. Okay.
And it depends on the consistency of the particle size. Sometimes it might give you a two-tone effect.
Right.
There's one in here that we call walnut, and it's a dark brown with a reddish brown mixed in.
Right.
The particle size is large, so it doesn't mix to a solid color. It gives you a two-tone or a stipple type
So
effect.
if you wanted to dark that, could you put a little bit of black in?
Depends again. It would probably go in between the particles.
But does that matter? Does that matter? Would that not give you a more grained effect? So basically what we're saying is there's loads of room to experiment and mess about with these to give you different effects.
And I probably shouldn't say this now, but what's in the works right now is we're working on a turquoise that will have a large chip size, and we will mix in a black, small particle size, so that it gives you that appearance when you apply it of turquoise chips with the black vein lines running around them. So that's in the process, and that will come as a unit packaged together, just like these are.
Excellent, excellent. And these here?
The third one there is the metallic powders. All of them are a metallic powder of some sort. It may not be the gold, obviously, is not gold metallic. It's not real metal, real gold.
Right.
The only one that is not is the gunmetal. Again, they're for accenting, and it gives you a metallic look, and it works very similar to the synthetic sand in application. A lot of times, a lot of guys will mix it with epoxy rather than CA, because the CA has a tendency to break down the particles.
It down and kind of puddles. Yeah. It puddles.
And becomes a solid color.
That
but it will give you a
far
solid
better with the epoxy.
Right.
Mixing it with the epoxy and filling yeah, it does. I mean, it works perfect for that. Right, there was something else I was going to ask you about about those there. So the will mix, you could put say the two blues one next to each other and fade them out. So basically, your only limitations are how or what you can think or to use them. Basically,
and like all these products, as we found, and you found, is that the more you play with them and try them out, you find different
stuff out.
things that will work. One thing that I will tell you about, and I probably shouldn't, on the synthetic sand.
Are you trying to sell these or not?
Yeah.
Are we trying to make money here or not?
Little liability issues on some of this. The synthetic sand will react with heat. You can take a heat gun, at least the heat gun I have, and it will melt it.
Right.
That gives you the option of melting it into a crack. Now the problem with the heat gun is it will blow. It's a hard, the force behind it can blow the
powder
away. So you got to start up higher and work your way down with the heat gun
hold on,
as it starts to melt.
Hold on, is there anything stopping you, just, I'm thinking ahead here, getting a spoon, putting a powder on the spoon, heating the spoon up underneath with a Bunsen burner, then pouring it into a void and letting it set?
That will work too.
That would work?
One of the things that we did with the turquoise, and if you do this at home and burn yourself, don't come looking at me. The old, and I don't know what they're called, the old tin cupcake wrappers that are made out of tin instead of the paper that goes on
tin foil.
Pressed
tin foil.
We've taken the turquoise, we've poured a very small layer into one of those tin foil cupcake holders,
right,
applied a heat source,
be very careful,
to the bottom and melted it. Taking it away, now you got to be careful, those tin
can melt if you put
can melt and it will drip down and burn your hand.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is use like a Bunsen burner and a stand and keep your hands away from any drips that could possibly happen. Once it's melted, take the heat source away, let it cool in the tin, and now it forms into a round disc that's turquoise. You can then break it up into chips and make your own chips and use those to apply.
So bigger, so you could have larger chips.
You can adjust the chip size by how much you break them up.
Oh, okay.
So
well, in that case, then, so hold on then. So that means there's nothing stopping you melting a base, it might be one colour, and then maybe sprinkling other things into the top of that.
Yeah.
And so you can make up your own coloured inserts or discs to then, if you wanted to, not necessarily break up again, but insert into like a cabochon.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's exactly what
you made your own cabochons.
What we wound up doing with this, and that's where this whole next product coming out with the big chip size and the fine grain, is that we took a Forstner bit, drilled a 1-inch hole, took the turquoise, broke it up into chips, laid the chips into the hole, and then poured the black, which was a real fine, around it, which then gave you that effect of real turquoise with the black veining.
Okay.
You can do that with any of these products by turning it into a solid and then breaking it up into chips and adjusting your chip size.
Sweet. So excellent. I mean, we do have a sheet on this on how to information on how to apply stuff. But again, we're gonna show you this later on. So excellent, mate. These platters at the back are just some examples, and we're going to show you better stuff than this. But again, how the gilt creams will actually fill the grain. That one's not been done at all. But again, we'll show you a one that has been sealed, not sealed. We'll take you through the products. Craig, yeah, one other thing. A lot of manufacturers of finishing products have one major problem, and that is because of the solvents or whatever they use in these products, shipping them can be a problem. Regarding these products here, is shipping a problem? We're talking overseas, can it be flown? Obviously anybody,
It's a non-flammable, it technically will burn when you apply a heat source to it, but by shipping...
anything does.
Right. But by shipping standards, it's a non-hazardous material, so we can ship it via air or ground. It's a non-flammable product.
So it's a very safe product.
So it's very safe. It took us back and forth with you for probably a year and a half, 2 years, to get the consistencies right, to make it safe, non-toxic. You don't want to eat the stuff by any means, but it is a very safe product. And one of the things that in our working with it, or my working with it, that a lot of the other ones have a very noxious odor to them because of the solvents that they're having to use in them.
Right.
Ours doesn't have that, and in fact, as you've noticed, we've added a vanilla scent to them, so it has a pleasing scent when you work with them.
Absolutely. So you can apply them with your fingers. You've got no problem with stuff going through your skin and whatever else.
The only issue, like with any gilt cream, is that I would suggest that you keep them indoors rather than out in the garage where it gets to 120, because they will start melting at a certain point. And then they will freeze and also become much harder and not have that creamy consistency that we've aimed for if it gets down into the freezing temperatures.
Now then, here's the point. If over a period of time put the lid on and off, what could somebody use if it did slightly thicken up or harden? Okay. What could they use to thin it down?
To reconstitute it, give it that creamy feel again.
Look, yeah, that's a big word.
You can use mineral spirits. You are then, at that point in time, because of the mineral spirits itself is flammable, that makes it no longer a flammable, safe to ship product.
Right, however, but that's up to the individual.
Yeah, exactly.
So mineral spirits is the way to thin it down.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any other finishing product. You've got to take care of it.
Sure.
You know, shellac's going to freeze in the winter or degrade over a period of time. So, excellent.
Luckily, the synthetic sands and the metal powders, they have virtually no shelf life. Right. And again, they are, all of them except for the silver, are silver in the metal powder is a non-hazardous shipping material. Right. The problem you have with silver is it's an aluminum base, and aluminum will burn and will explode. You do need to keep a torch away from
and that, ladies and gentlemen, powder. I mean that again. A lot of fine powders do that anyway. If you said, I mean, but this is all. We won't need to be doing that type of stuff, okay? So, so don't worry. Okay, excellent, mate. Excellent information there. Again, little cut in there. So yeah, again, we'll see in a very short time, and I will show you. I'm going to do some turning and show you one or two things here. Okay. See you later.